Good morning. Welcome back to CTW Youth Center. And we're here with our wonderful girls. We're happy to have them here. And they're going to go ahead and introduce themselves again as we do every morning. Here goes.
I'm Sasha. I'm Olivia. I'm Aurora.
I'm Edna.
I'm Alicia.
And good morning to you girls. Today's topic for our looking on audience, our YouTube audience, is going to be
Role model.
role models. Okay, so girls, we're going to take it off and find out if you have a role model, who that role model is, and why. Hi, Olivia. Why is that person your role model? Let us know.
Okay. My role model is Sophia Mueller. I don't know who that is. She's my role model because she accomplished mostly everything in life. She never gave up. Gave up. And she's a very wonderful mother. She's caring for everybody. She treats everybody equally. She's just perfect. He doesn't explain much.
Thank you. Let me just step right on in here and say, wow, I'm shocked to know that I'm your role model. I did not pay her to do that, people. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you. I'm glad I'm someone's role model, and I never thought I would ever be, but thank you. Anybody else want to share? Oh, Alicia, go right ahead.
My role model is Chris Brown. Woo. Reason he is my role model, he motivates me to sing, even though some people might not like his song. But hey, he motivates me to sing. I don't know why. Maybe because when I was young I had a celebrity crush. But yeah, up to this day I still admire him. He just motivates me. And he caused me want to deal with music. And I'm kind of processing into that. I just got my piano, so. And then I like to sing.
Wow, thank you, Alicia. Alicia, tell me a little bit about Chris Brown, because I'm sure she's speaking of, when she says some people may not like Chris Brown, I'd like to clarify that. Some of his music, maybe not, but hey, Chris Brown, if you're watching this, I love No Air with Jordan Sparks. Woo! You guys killed it together. But I want to know, tell me anything more of his history, because I just don't know much of his history. Do you know something that you want to share? Like, other than, okay, he's a singer. Does he play an instrument? You mentioned that you...
I never saw him play an instrument.
Okay.
But he's from Virginia.
He's from
birthday is on May 5th. He just turned 27, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah. And what? He's 6 foot?
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, great. Thank you. So Chris Brown is the role model over here in the house. Okay, girls, moving to my left or to my right.
No.
Anybody has a role model they want to talk about and who it is, why they're their role model? Did you think about it? Miss J, go right ahead. Woo!
Staying in the celebrity column, like Alicia with Chris Brown. I've always been, my life has always been impacted by Angelina Jolie.
Wow.
Yes, I've always loved her. I've watched her doing her movies, and most especially I've watched her in the humanitarian sector.
Mm-hmm.
She is the most beautiful woman in the world.
Wow.
And not just outside, her mortal structure and her beauty is fabulous. But what really got my attention was the humanitarian part of it. The wanting to love and care for humanity. Sometimes, especially in Hollywood and where she comes from, they take for granted the beauty, or they use the beauty in a superficial way, like, okay, she's got a beautiful face or a beautiful stature, but I find that is not always the most important thing. It is what someone has to offer, and she has dedicated her whole life, or the latter part of her life, into helping the underprivileged. She even though she is one of the most popular women, she gets down and dirty in the places and in the third world countries, among the underprivileged children, the starving children, and the children that is affected by so much diseases and hunger. She gets down and dirty in the midst of them, and she loves and cherishes those children. So the her status in Hollywood doesn't, to me, is not the best. It's not the highest rated thing. The humanitarian part of it is the best thing, and I so love her just for that.
Wow. Woo! So we've got Angelina Jolie in the house, we've got Chris Brown, and we've got Sophia Mueller among the role models. So woo-hoo! Anybody else has a role model they'd like to share? Why they chose that person? Anybody? Then I'm going to go ahead and tell you who my role model is. My role model is someone who is local. In fact, I have a friend of mine who was actually was my mom's best friend, and she was my Sunday school teacher. She made a great impact in my life. Her name is Beryl Williams. She's taught me some great lessons. In fact, she's taught me one of the lessons that I'm teaching you today is what she taught me. She taught me to learn to love myself and to know that I could make a difference. When I was working for her part-time, I learned some valuable lessons, like there was no excuse in life. When I didn't have a vehicle to get to work, she would pull me aside and she says, that should never be your excuse. There are buses out there. You've got something to do, you go ahead and do it, and don't let anybody deter you. So, not only that there was no excuse about, she taught me how to work hard. She told me that there's never an excuse. If you have things to do, you go ahead and try your best to do it. And so she held me responsible. She made me more responsible. There's just so many more things I could talk about, but those valuable lessons about being a strong woman and never giving up, I learned those things from her, especially starting off in Sunday school at age 4, when she taught me all the way up to age 16. That's my major role model, and today she lives by all those things that she taught me. She's a very hard-working person in society. She's taught me how to be generous. She taught me that more than looks, it's of the inner person that counts, and that's why I'm here reaching out, trying to help other people in society. She's always been someone donating, not only financially. Sometimes she'd just go in a cupboard and pick out items and take it to people. She has been somebody who would help the elderly folks. She'd go in, and during the hurricane, when it devastated a lot of people near the ocean side, she would say, Sophia, let's go, and we're going to help clean up these people's houses. And so she's constantly doing things to help people. She's been a major impact in my life by just her generosity, her goodness, her kindness, her morals, her ethics. Beryl Williams is a really wonderful person, and that's my role model and will forever be. Anybody else? Oh, Sasha! Woo!
My role models is like my 3 best friends. Their names are Alexis Turnquist, Kiara Lang, and Yana Swain. They're really smart, and then they're fun to be around, and they don't let nothing bring them down. And then the way how they're socialized with people, they're really keep the conversation going. They're not that shy as much as I am. And they just really good and fun to be around.
Oh, yay! And Miss Jones, did you want to say something?
Yeah. Yes, I just want to elaborate on what Sophia just said in one individual making a difference. Today, as you can see, there are a lot of people, folks vying for the presidency, both here in the Bahamas and in the United States and maybe a few others. The statement this morning is that you don't have to wait until you become the president or vice president of or prime minister or deputy prime minister of any country. It starts with the individual. What have you done up to the time that you are running for president or prime minister? You know, what in your life has stood out, you know, that people can look back and see, you know, what you did for the community as an individual. So getting back to Sophia with Mrs. Beryl Williams, it starts with your life every day, trying to affect change, making a difference in anybody's life, regardless of status or race or whatever. It is what you do in your early life, and that graduates into whether you want to be the president or prime minister of any country. You don't have to wait until you have that status of presidency or prime minister. It is what you do on an everyday level that affects change.
Yes. Thank you. We haven't heard from one individual. Maybe we'd like to hear from Aurora Mueller today, or would you like to pass on this one? Aurora, thank you for your contribution.
Well, I don't have one role model. There's many people that inspire me, that I admire, that I've learned from. I learn from my mother every day. I learn from my grandmother, my little sister, from Sasha, Alicia. I gather something from each and every one person that I've met in my life, because nobody's perfect, and there's not one person that everything they do is completely good.
Right.
And so but everybody has a good in them, and I can learn from everybody. And so I guess I can say humans are my role model. Yes, because I learn from everybody, and there's always an inspiration I can get from each and every person I meet in my life.
Yes. Good. Thank you so much about that. And I just want to just add to what everyone's answer is. It was so great, and I'm so grateful to hear. And it tells me that you said some of your friends, I heard the last name line, but there's a few of them, and they're young like you, I could imagine. Yeah. And they're making an impact on you. And I'm sure vice versa, you're making an impact like you made an impact on Aurora. So you're never too young, you're never too old to make a difference. In the case where Alicia talked about being Chris Brown. Chris Brown, look at him. I don't know much about him, but hey, he's a star. He's making a difference by his music. He impacted Alicia's life. You know, it makes her aspire to be a singer or a musician. And so, and like Aurora said, and Olivia, you know, Aurora said about how everybody makes a difference in people's life. Everybody has something to contribute. And so I didn't know I was making a difference like that in my own children's life. You know, our very family can be much more critical about their family members because they live and breathe with them every single day, and sometimes we can take that for granted. And so it made my heart swell to know that I'm someone's role model. But a lot of people out there, like for instance, we talked about Beryl Williams, she may not know that she is being a light. But I believe that so long as you're being your 100%, and this is what CTW is all about, is trying to bring out your unique individuality, your unique talents, your unique ideas and philosophy. Share that. Be honest with who you are. Share it with people, and you'll just never know how you're impacting someone and where that information or your personality would have taken them, just because being around you made them feel special. Being around them made you feel like, hey, if you can do it, I can do it. And so we're all here making a difference in each other's life. And so let's do that in a positive way. And I'm so glad to see you or have you tuning into us yet another week here at CTW. And so we want you to continue to follow us, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and just help promote changing the world youth center to continue to make a difference in society and the world.